Thank you for joining me here this evening. The time is now 5:52 p.m. Central, 4:52 p.m. Mountain, and we're here live with multiple tornado warnings coming from North Dakota. We have some extremely strong rotating supercells right now that have the very real potential to produce strong tornadoes even here in southwestern North Dakota. We do have a tornado watch in effect for portions of western North Dakota here, as we have, again, the potential for some tornadoes. Some could be on the stronger side of things. Guys, this area of rotation looks actually insane right now. Okay, this is again probably the most dangerous storm we've seen all day here. This is to the south of the Anderson Butte, Buckhorn Butte, and Tower Butte area. Again, this is in southwestern North Dakota. This is a very dangerous looking velocity couplet here. Let's match it up with the correlation coefficient. No confirmed tornado with that yet, but again, we do have a tornado warning in effect there, so we need you guys to seek shelter if you are included in that tornado warning. And then we've got another tornado warning once again just to the south of that for the Gaylord area. And again, this storm is also rotating really, really strongly. So again, if you're in either of these tornado warnings right now, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, and in an interior room. We also have 11 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect to look out for, but right now, again, our main focus needs to be our tornadic supercells here that are really, really intense right now in southwestern North Dakota here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and update the warning counter real quick, because we have 2 tornado warnings and 10 severe thunderstorm warnings, so give me just a second here to do that. And there we go. Now I'll go ahead and bring up stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below. Try to answer them accurately and honestly, but again, these are some very intense looking supercells right now. I don't think we've had any confirmed tornadoes yet today, but I'm not too sure. I just got back home, so we'll see what's going on here in terms of our tornadic supercells. And yeah, it looks like to me we have not had actually any other tornado warnings other than these 2 and the one that we covered last stream. So we're good. We haven't missed out on anything just yet, it doesn't look like. Now again, this is honestly really concerning looking here. I mean, these are incredibly strong rotating supercells here. You don't see something like this in North Dakota all that often. These are really, really dangerous storms for sure. So give me just a second here, sorry. Wow. Again, I would not be surprised if either of these is actively producing a strong tornado. I mean, if these do end up producing tornadoes, again, they will be strong. These are really, really strong rotations. It's about as tight as a velocity couplet as you will ever see here in North Dakota. Again, crazy stuff. And again, unfortunately, we were expecting this. We were talking about last stream how the threat would really, really increase as we cross the Montana-North Dakota state line. Yeah, this is definitely not what we were hoping for, but unfortunately it was kind of what we were expecting. Gosh, dude, these little... they had to form so far ahead of the line as well. This is not good, guys. These are really, really strong storms. Again, if you are in Gaylord, you need to be in that tornado safe spot right now. Again, we have a tornado warning for Billings, Slope, and Stark counties. And we have a tornado warning for Golden Valley and Billings counties. And apparently, spotters, as of 12 minutes ago, did actually report a funnel cloud with this storm. So, guys, I mean, there's a good chance that we have an ongoing tornado here. And again, if it is on the ground, it would be very strong and very dangerous. I mean, again, this is as tight as rotation as it gets, really. I don't know. Okay, new tornado warning. It's an extension here. Ping pong ball size tail. At 4:55 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 17 miles southeast of Trotters, or 26 miles northeast of Beach, and moving east at 25 miles per hour. Take cover now. And a new tornado warning has been issued. Gosh, dude, this is really bad. These are seriously strong storms. Again, as strong as storms as you will ever see in North Dakota in terms of a tornado threat. Wow. So again, I mean, these are really dangerous storms right now, especially our more northern cell. Again, the one heading for the Gorham-Fairfield area. If you're in Gorham or Fairfield, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. This is a really dangerous storm. Again, that is insane. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that in North Dakota. We do get a tornado here as well. It could be rain wrap, so don't go outside and try to look for this thing. Just get to that tornado safe spot. Again, that is insane for North Dakota. My gosh. Again, no clear debris signature yet, but that is probably because we would only see a debris signature here if these were like really, really violent tornadoes, because we are looking tens of thousands of feet into the atmosphere almost to see this. We're over 130 miles away from our nearest radar site, so it's not like we're going to see if there's a debris signature, unless, again, this is a really violent tornado. Holy cow, dude. Oh my gosh, it looks like you can even see a donut hole on reflectivity. That is not a good sign. Not at all. Oh my goodness. Hopefully that's not the first signs of a debris signature in there. I don't think it is, luckily. I think that's contamination, but gosh, dude. Again, these are really, really dangerous storms right now, guys. I cannot stress that enough. I mean, this is especially this one, it's an incredibly dangerous storm. Again, that is your rotation. I mean, again, North Dakota does not see this almost ever. Especially western North Dakota. Alright, our tornado warning has, on the one on the backside has been allowed to expire. But again, we still got that one there for portions of northeastern Golden Valley and northwestern Billings County. And western South Dakota, or North Dakota rather. Sorry. Yeah, guys, this is a incredibly dangerous storm here. I mean, that is insane for North Dakota once again. Again, this storm has also had a funnel cloud report with it. I'd be shocked if at the very least right now we didn't have a funnel cloud. I mean, that's just insane if we don't have a funnel cloud with that. Again, that's our area of rotation there where the reds meet the blues. Again, this is about as close as it gets to a tornado here without having one, it looks like, to me. If we don't already have a tornado. I mean, it doesn't get much closer than this, guys. And the cell was like heading northeast for a little bit, and then it randomly just started tracking southeast. According to this radar site anyway, it could be a glitch because of how far away we are, but wow. Again, still got that little donut hole feature there on the reflectivity very clearly. where those yellows are. So again, our rotation should be right in there now on this next velocity scan, maybe a little bit further to the east. Again, this is a really dangerous storm, guys. Alright, little bit less impressive here on the latest velocity scan, but we still gotta continue to watch that, obviously. So, again, that's good news there. It looks like, now that we're looking a little lower into the atmosphere here, we can tell the rotation's a little bit less intense, for sure. But yeah, I mean, in the higher levels, this thing is obviously rotating very strongly, so we gotta really watch out for that. Again, we have a better view of it now. We can see what it really looks like closer to the surface, but yeah, I mean, our Montana line of storms at this point is really going to be a big-time damaging wind threat, I think. They were talking about the potential for damaging winds up to 90 miles per hour with some of these storms here. So far, we haven't seen anything exceed 70 in terms of the reports and the warnings that we've gotten. I don't think. We may have had an 80, but I didn't see it. Got ourselves a new severe thunderstorm warning for Apache and Navajo counties in Arizona. Quarter-sized hail associated with that storm there. So make sure to look out for that one. And our North Dakota tornado warnings here again are still in effect, obviously. This one has been condensed as of 2 minutes ago. Wow. So we're back into that radar zone again. We briefly got out of it. We briefly got out of that radar zone where we could see what the rotation really looked like, lower levels in the atmosphere anyway. And now we're looking really high up again. But again, strong rotation there, higher in the higher levels of the atmosphere. Very strong indeed. Again, that is not a debris signature, it's just contamination. Again, to see a debris signature this high up into the atmosphere, it would have to be a really, really violent tornado. And anyway, there's nothing out here really for it to pick up, so we would not see one anyway. Almost no way we're going to see a debris signature out of this, even if it does produce a tornado, unless it gets way closer to the radar site pretty soon. Or into a more populated area, which unfortunately it's tracking, it's going to be in a more populated area here pretty soon. It's heading towards Dickinson. Yeah, donut hole. I'm watching our other storm too, man. This one looks really concerning as well. I don't want to ignore our folks out there in Gayland, or Gaylord. Now, these cells at some point will collide. Holy crap, dude. I mean, that, again, very strong velocities there. Again, we're looking really high into the atmosphere, guys. It's important to remember that, but still, those are velocities you don't see too often in North Dakota. And I cannot tell you the last time we had a North Dakota supercell that looked that impressive. Wow. Holy crap. Again, I mean, really strong velocities there. Get to get sheer like 120 miles an hour right now. Even on the storm relative velocity, you can see it really impressively. Again, over 120 on the storm relative velocities. It's actually even higher than it is on this. Slightly higher, anyway, it looks like. Okay, so again, if you're just not sitting in, we are watching this really impressive supercell here in North Dakota. No, it doesn't correlate to the CC. If you look, that's really, really clearly contamination there in the past scans. But yeah, it looked like some for a second, but at this point it's definitely just, contamination. Never had any confirmed tornado with that yet, but again, we did have a reported funnel cloud, which is not surprising. You don't really get velocities this strong without having at least a funnel cloud. But yeah, Weather Spotter reported a funnel cloud with this storm originally. But again, we have our two supercells here that are both rotating really impressively, but this is by far the more concerning one. Holy cow, dude. That is insane. How can you see a funnel cloud if it's rain-wrapped? I mean, if you're really, really close to it, then you'd be able to see it no matter how rain-wrapped it is. If you're behind the curtains of rain, right? So, let's say we got our tornado in here. If we got rain curtains all around it, even if no matter how heavy those curtains of rain are, if you're behind the curtains, you'll be able to see the tornado at least a little bit. So, okay. Still got that special weather statement in effect for the next 36 minutes for our potential Kansas and Colorado landspouts here. Again, northwest Kansas into east central Colorado. We've got some possible landspouts here over the next half hour, maybe a little over a half hour there. So look out if you're in the Goodland area. Again, we may have had a brief landspout, unconfirmed, but there were power outages. And the winds in this area were likely not strong enough to cause power outages, so we may have had a landspout or something, but yeah. Got folks in Rapid City without power, it looks like here, based on our power outage tracker map. And, again, just continue to watch this really, really tight rotation. Knife River, Montana. I don't see anything called Knife River, Montana. I see Minnesota. I don't see anything Montana. Is there any, actual towns that it's near? Here we go. So we're back in the radar zone here where we can actually see a more realistic view of what this looks like here closer to the surface. We can still see it's definitely rotating. Again, it's quite contaminated because of our distance from the radar site. It's got a lot to consider here, but it's definitely rotating still. Again, even at the surface, it's rotating pretty strongly. So again, we need you guys to seek shelter if you're in that tornado warning there. Same thing with this one, closer to the Gaylord area. Okay, it looks like Gaylord is not an actual town, though, but that's the only thing that I can literally point out in this entire warning box. Is the storm crossing the border? Like the U.S.-Canada border or the Montana-North Dakota border? Will emerge, weaken, or strengthen it? Well, likely weaken it. We don't want, or the storms don't want to merge whenever they're this intense. Like, we want them to merge, but the storms don't want to merge. That will kill them in terms of their tornado threat. 9 times out of 10. The one near Sydney, this one. There are a lot of potential areas of rotation here, so, yeah. Yeah, we'll watch those for sure. Oh, there's a place called Knife River. It wasn't popping up for me. Yeah, that's weird. I looked it up. You guys saw. Unless I made a typo. Alright. Yeah, I really don't like the look of, these tornado warning storms here, guys. Again, we need you all to be in that tornado safe spot right now if you're over here. Radar Omega probably snoozing. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, Connor Cross out here, he's not going to be able to see it again unless he's literally right where the rotation is, if there is anything, because it would be rain wrap most likely. Oh my gosh, dude. We're back at that absolutely nutso look at the velocities here. That is just, I mean, that's crazy. Get really, really strong rotation with some of these here, guys, that we have to look out for. Strong and tight. For sure. And those are the only 2 tornado warnings that we have right now, though. We have 2 tornado warnings, 11 severe thunderstorm warnings. However, we're about to see one of our severe warnings expire in 1 minute. However, it may get reissued. I don't think it will, so then we'll be down to 10 severe warnings once more. 10 severe warnings has kind of been the steady number we've been at the whole time. This tornado warning, okay, so the southern tornado warning, yeah, I was just about to say it's about to expire, and there it goes. They did not reissue it. A little surprising, but we'll see. We'll give them a second, but I don't think they're going to reissue it if they didn't already before the old one expired. So, and yeah, we're down to 10 severe warnings now, so. We have 17 flash flood warnings, most of them coming from New Mexico, I think. Yeah, I mean, just like the western United States in general, the 4 corner states here. Any rain is enough to flood the desert, like any at all, so. So, again, if you're not tuning in, we are watching a very intense storm that does have a tornado warning with it. It did just get condensed, but it also got upgraded. So now warned for lime-sized hail as well. So even if we don't have a tornado, we have hail big enough to shatter windows here, falling, approaching Gorham and Fairfield, North Dakota. Take cover now. Again, we have a tornado warning in effect for Gorham and Fairfield. And just really strong velocities that we're watching there. Nothing confirmed yet other than a funnel cloud, but definitely something to watch out for. And because we're in the mountains, the funnel's not going to have to go nearly as far down to make ground contact. So it's not going to take much for it to be on the ground, unfortunately, compared to what it would usually take. Alright, so, again, I don't know how that's not tornado warned still. Can't believe they let that expire. It's like Connor Croft's leaving this storm. He's going to go to our northern one, it looks like. We do have a hail spike with this storm here, the southern storm. One for golf ball size hail there. Little baby hail spike. Again, our distance from the radar site makes a big difference at what we're looking at, guys, but I mean, again, it's just, the velocities have looked like this the entire time. It's baffling that we don't have any confirmed reports of a tornado yet. Again, this is higher up into the atmosphere, but still. So again, we gotta watch that really closely. I mean, I would not be surprised if that were to produce a tornado. Not surprised at all. Just upgraded the severe warning now to lime-sized hail as well. Wow. So again, we need you all to seek shelter if you are out there in northwestern Billings County, North Dakota. At 5:14 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 6:14 p.m. Central. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 12 miles west of South Fairfield, or 29 miles northeast of Beach, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Anticyclonic rotation. Where? Are you talking about this? I think this is awfully contaminated. Alrighty. Welp. Again, I mean, just continuing to watch this really impressive rotation here. As it approaches Highway 85. Anticyclonic rotation matches up with reflectivity. I mean, it could be. It's a potential. It would just be quite surprising. Alright. So, again, I mean, we're just continuing to watch our tornado warning here. Nothing else really to say. It's just an incredibly strong rotation there. Again, we need you guys to seek shelter in Gorham and Fairfield. Looks like Fairfield's this itty-bitty town here, probably unincorporated community. And Gorham is probably just a road here with some houses on the end, it looks like. So, yeah, looks like we got some smaller communities out here that could be impacted by this. I mean, this is going to go right into Gorham, so if we have a tornado, that's going to be bad for that whole area. Could go to the south of Gorham, but again, we need you to seek shelter either way. Holy crap, dude. I mean, that's North Dakota. Wow. Just wow. That's all I have to say about that. Alright, sorry. No, I've been silent here. Yeah, I mean, just, really, I don't, that is just insane. Yeah, I mean, if there is anything near Lake Charles, I doubt it's, let's see. Is it this? That looks like a microburst to me. We could have some sort of microburst here at the intersection of Highway 14 and Highway 397. That honestly could be either a really high pocket of damaging winds there or a potential tornado southeast. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. If it was that, was it this? I think that's contamination because of how close we are to the radar site. Seriously though, this is a microburst. Again, this is going to be some damaging wind action here. I'd be looking out if I'm on the southeast of Lake Charles here. Again, this looks like a microburst. That is, I mean, oh, you are talking about this. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's, I don't know if it's rotation or not, but it definitely was a microburst there for a second. Like a really high pocket of winds. Alright. Back to insanity. There we go. Again, we are so far away from the radar site, guys. You gotta understand, we're looking really high into the atmosphere here, but nonetheless, that's just crazy. And it's been crazy for so long, too, and it may honestly be at its craziest point, honestly. Yeah, a lot of what looks to be rotation, so whenever you get close to a radar site like that, a lot of times microbursts look like rotation. Whenever you see, and sometimes microbursts can lead to rotation, right? But this instance, to me, it looks more like a pocket of damaging winds than anything else. Maybe weak rotation, but I think that's definitely, I think that probably knocked out some power, most likely. Now, maybe not actually, because it's actually in a very rural area there at its peak, but again, southeast of Lake Charles there, the greater southeastern Lake Charles area, like Chalkley, Holmwood, they've had some sort of microburst come through, or, I mean, to the west of there, but, yeah. And we may still have one going on, but, alright. Oh my gosh, dude, how, and this area rotation, again, I don't know how this isn't tornado warned. I don't, like, again, I know we're looking so high up into the atmosphere here to see this, guys, but, I mean, come on. Ignore the strength of the rotation. It's still really tight. Like, let's look at the storm relative velocity. I don't understand what's, keeping that from being tornado warned. Again, it was tornado warned earlier, and if anything, it's more impressive now. Dude, this is insane up here, though. I mean, that is insane. I'm just speechless. Again, it's so high up into the atmosphere because of our distance from the radar site, but still, you don't see something like that in North Dakota ever. Ever. It's... Again, this really should get its tornado warning back in the Gaylord area. That's coming into Gaylord shortly here. In fact, it's going to go right into Gaylord, the south side of Gaylord. Looks like a lot of the residential area here is actually on the south side. Well, I don't know if you could call it a residential area. It's like 10 homes, not even, like 5 homes. Because a lot of these are like farms and stuff, but still. And I mean, this area of rotation, again, is just continuing to impress me. Holy crap, look at the donut hole. That is insane. That's crazy. Like, I don't care if we're looking 300,000 feet up in the atmosphere. That's insane. Yeah, I'm gonna have a new episode of Tropic Talks talking about Invest 95L, I believe is what it is. Yeah, major donut hole there. The biggest donut hole it's had this far. Now it looks even worse. I mean, these are just strong rotations, guys. Nothing else to say. New severe thunderstorm warning. Lime size tail 60 mph winds tornado possible tag. This tornado warning expires in 2 minutes. If they let that go, not tornado warning, that is really dangerous for them to do. I mean, that's... Surely they'll reissue a tornado warning. They have to. There's no way they don't. I know, we're looking really high into the atmosphere once again, but that is crazy if they let that go without a tornado warning. Like, that would really surprise me if they did that. Reissued this severe thunderstorm warning here, lime-sized tail, 60 mph winds, possible tornado. Again, this should be tornado warning as well, in my opinion. That's crazy that it's not. Again, it was previously, so... Can't believe they're letting it go. That was a really bad voice crack. Can't believe they're letting it go. Yeah, eventually these cells will merge, and that'll most likely kill the both of them, but it's going to be a while till they merge. It will. Probably about an hour at least, because they're moving really slow. Again, no confirmation that these are on the ground yet, but... That's crazy. I've said it 300 times, but that is crazy. Those northern storms are trying to develop into supercells. Yeah, dude, this is, yeah, we can actually look from this radar site. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they'll die whenever they collide. That's what I'm saying, is that it's gonna kill it. I said it earlier, too. I mean, if we look here from the, I don't even know what the brown radar sites are called, but if we look from it here, we can see a really, really impressive supercell. I mean, that caught me off guard there. And, a little too far away our southern one is, but still, we can definitely see a hook there. But yeah, we may have some supercells trying to develop up north. Oh, we have a new tornado warning, apparently. And it's on the ground. And it's our storm in Lake Charles. So that, yeah, microburst tornado there. I hate how my alert sounds aren't working. Wow. Alright. But, there we go. Tornado on the ground in Louisiana. Talking about Louisiana and North Dakota at the same time. All right. Yeah, yeah, you did predict. I mean, again, that's crazy. It's not even that microburst, though, that it's warned for. That's weird. But yeah, if you're just not tuning in, we have a tornado on the ground in Louisiana. At 6:29 p.m., a confirmed tornado was located over Lake Charles Regional Airport, moving southwest at 15 miles per hour. So actually, if the microburst is moving southwest, then that is what it's talking about. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Expect damage to mobile homes, roofs, and vehicles. Wow. So again, microburst tornado here, guys. Yeah, good for you, Kevin. I mean, that's really surprising. That's crazy. I did not think that our first tornado of the day would be in Louisiana. That is insane. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, yeah, we don't have our tornado warnings in North Dakota anymore, which, again, is really shocking me. What? That has to get a tornado warning. Look at that. Let's look at, let's see, what does it look like on here? Whatever the brown radar sites are called. I mean, it's not that impressive. There's no, like, hook echo per se, but still. Oh, yeah, there kind of is, actually. It's starting to curve around. Yeah, observed tornado in Louisiana was not on my bingo list either for today. Especially not in southwestern Louisiana. I mean, it's not like I'm shocked by that area in particular, but the entire state of Louisiana, yeah, that's crazy. That there was a tornado. But yeah, I mean, if you're in Prairie Land, Brass Landing, you gotta seek shelter. Again, the greater southern side of Lake Charles here, University Place. We need you guys to run to that tornado safe spot there if you're not already. This is a really dangerous storm here that is actively producing, again, a tornado. Again, I cannot believe my stupid alert sounds aren't working. I mean, I only noticed it like a minute late that time because I saw we still had a tornado warning in effect after both the North Dakota ones expired, so I was surprised, so I looked at it. But if that didn't happen, that's crazy. Yeah, general thunderstorm tornado doesn't happen often. Does not happen often at all. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. That's... Again, our rotation up here is really broadened out over the last scan. Like, a lot for a one scan difference there. That's crazy how much it weakened and broadened out. Now we got a donut hole in this storm, it kind of looks like. Alright, let's go back to our tornado in Louisiana, since that needs to be our main focus right now. Because apparently we have a tornado in Louisiana. Again, yeah, that's a good call by Kevin. I mean, this is really crazy here. Again, there's multiple areas of what could be potential microbursts there. And again, as I said earlier, sometimes microbursts do lead to rotation. That's what kind of happened here. Oh gosh, what if the radar site got hit? That's a very real possibility too. I mean, it doesn't look like it to me. Is that actually what they're talking about though, or is it this? I don't know. It looks like, actually, yeah, this is... So, it looks like this would have went kind of in this area. So, I mean, there's a good chance that if the wind field with this tornado is large enough that it could have knocked out our radar site there. I don't think it did, but it would have been possible. And considering we haven't gotten a scan for the past 4 minutes while there's a tornado on the ground, that's not a good sign. Although they're only updating about every 5 minutes, but now there's a tornado on the ground. You'd think they'd be updating it more, so a little worried there. But we'll see. Again, it's very unlikely that it got hit, but it's a possibility. Yeah, that was really surprising to me. And again, okay, it did not knock out the radar. I didn't think it did, but a little worried there for a second. But nope, we got a reflectivity scan in now. Still a very dangerous looking storm there. Going to need to be in your tornado safe spots, for sure. Our rotation out here is weakening, approaching Highway 85, by the way. Alrighty. So yeah, we'll continue to watch that there, obviously. Looks like our line of storm knocked out power for quite a few customers out here in Montana, eastern Montana. Again, it's really a line of storms at this point behind our little prefrontals here. Again, this is our big line that even last stream we were watching. Again, it's heading east. This is the main thing we were watching last stream, and it still is, other than these supercells here and our tornado in Louisiana, apparently. But again, those cells are heading east. This line's going to try and catch up with them, which is possible because the cells are moving slower than the line of storms by quite a bit. They're both kind of moving southeast now, so they may not end up merging. All right. For a year in meteorology, I know a lot. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a little over a year. It was March of last year that I started doing this, and then it was July of last year that I started doing this on YouTube. New severe thunderstorm warning. My alert sounds are back, baby. Let's go. Greatest comeback of the video, or the stream. New severe warning is 4. Okay, it's doing the thing where it disappears and reappears, which is a little frustrating, but it'll come up in a second here. At least I think that's what it's doing. I don't see any flashing. I don't see any warnings that I think are new on here. Yeah, I don't think it disappeared. Should reappear in a second. I don't see it yet, though. So we'll see. Okay, I'm going to keep watching our areas of rotation up there. And I'm going to keep watching our little microburst down here. We're going to see if there's any videos of the Lake Charles spin up. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this tornado at this point is likely occluded, but we can't assume that without... I mean, we can't assume that, but we don't know that. So we need you guys to stay in that tornado safe spot there if you're in Prairie Land, especially. Would have went really close to Prairie Land. I mean, right through Prairie Land, really. Alright, new mesoscale for central portions of the Dakotas. 95% chance of a severe thunderstorm watch being issued in that area between now and the next hour and 5 minutes. It says a severe thunderstorm watch will be needed within an hour for areas in between Pierre, South Dakota, and Minot, North Dakota. Expect a severe thunderstorm watch to be extended into your area. Alrighty. Okay. So again, if you're just now joining us, we had a tornado on the ground as of a couple minutes ago on the south side of Lake Charles, Louisiana. We could still have one on the ground. We can't rule it out, but at this point we think it's lifted. And we've also got ourselves some storms up into North Dakota that are starting to rotate. Or not starting to rotate, but that are rotating that we need to watch here over the next several minutes. But at this point, they seem to be much broader areas of rotation. You're back? Alright. So again, we had that tornado in Louisiana. The very shocking tornado in Louisiana. Now our storm here in Billings County is warned for tennis ball-sized hail. So again, if you're in that area, I mean, I'd really be watching out for this. Again, if I'm in this warning polygon, I'd be inside, away from all the windows, in the middle of my house, because this is really serious stuff. Whenever you start talking about tennis ball-sized hail, that's where it really starts to take a step up in the severity of the situation. And new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued to the southwest and North Platte. Seems like a boundary interacted with the storm in Louisiana to give it tornado genesis. It's a possibility. I didn't really look, but our storm here in Nebraska even has a little, fat hail spike there. Usually the short, fat hail spikes are for the less intense hail cores, but a hail spike at all means something. And also trained weather spotters reported some sort of hail threat out of this, but it doesn't say, or some sort of hail or wind threat out of this, but it doesn't say what. Both these threats say radar indicated, so we don't know. It just says train spotter reported. Maybe just like the storm in general is train spotter report, but we don't need the spotter to tell us that that's a storm. So I don't know. I'm assuming they confirmed like hail or something, and it just doesn't say that because that happens sometimes. But again, donut hole rotation with our storm here. Got both those things going for it. Approaching Highway 85. It's broad rotation at this point, but it's still there. You can't even see what I'm doing with all these messy circles here. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning in far southeastern Arizona. That must have gotten issued while my warnings weren't working. All right. Give me just a second here. I say that a lot, don't I? I say, give me just a second here. So again, this tornado warning here for Prairie Land expires in 1 minute. So at this point, I think it's mainly just going to be a gusty to damaging wind threat with this. We'll see if they give it a severe thunderstorm warning. It's possible, as that storm looks to have some pretty intense velocities with it in terms of damaging wind threat. Not really a rotation threat at this point, but again, a little microburst there. 70-mile-an-hour winds. Severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-an-hour winds for Beach, North Dakota. Alrighty, guys. So, this warning here expires in 1 minute. So again, we're going to see if they reissue that. But if not, I think we're going to start wrapping things up here. As we don't have any other ongoing tornado warnings or destructive severe thunderstorm warnings. And there we go. So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I don't think we're going to have any more streams today. If we do have another stream today, actually, it'll likely be for a damage and wind threat more than a tornado threat. You'll know I talked about the new watch in the central portion of the Dakotas being a severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch, because the tornado threat's decreasing. However, they did note that a tornado would still be possible. So again, thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. It has been a pretty interesting one, to say the least. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.